this is Ron, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to take a look at my first Scratch build in update number 6. In my last video, I completed the painting of the walls and the windows, and now it's time to start assembling the structure. Before I could start assembling the walls, I had to remove the overspray from the side bracing and any areas where I might be applying glue. Here are some of the areas that needed attention. I cleaned up the overspray by using a very fine sandpaper, making sure to keep a square level surface to avoid distorting the walls. This helped to maintain the dimensions of the walls and ensuring that the structure remains square on all three planes. Once I had completed removing the overspray and truing up the walls, I began the assembly process. I utilized my 1x2x3 machinist blocks to maintain 90-degree angles, again keeping the structure remaining true. I allowed the glue to cure for about 20 minutes on each corner joint before I proceeded to the next. While the completed structure cured, I next turned my attention to the people door and the frame, as well as the garage door. I originally painted the people door a sand color along with the frame. The color was a bit too stark and gave the door an unrealistic look. I then sprayed the door with a flat red, which was good, but made the whole building look a little Christmassy with the red and green. To solve this, I took advice from my wife to tone down the color. Using an antique white, I dry brushed the door, highlighting the raised panels. This gave the door a great, well-worn look. Next, I tried to stretch my legs a bit and got a little overconfident with the garage door. I primed the door with a flat white and then painted over the white with a gray paint to give the door a flat aluminum look. Once that was dry, I masked off the door and sprayed the frame red. As you can see in this picture, I really didn't get a good seal around the door, and some of the red bled through, and it was very noticeable. So adapt and overcome. So, while I was working on the people door, I took some of the original gray paint that I'd used on the garage door and a very fine brush, and I cleaned up the area where the red paint had bled through. Once that gray paint was dry, I then went over the door again, dry brushing it with a coat of darker gray. Once all that paint was dried, I combined some dark brown, oxide brown, yellow, black, and white, and dry brushed the door again. This combination achieved the weathered, dirty appearance to the door that I wanted, and it helped cover up my overzealous use of the red on the frame. I then took the antique white that I had weathered the people door with, and I roughed up the garage door frame, dry brushing it. So next up, the floor and roof. So we're going to continue now with making the roof. We've taken our styrene, used an old posted sign. So we've trimmed that down to fit and make our square roof. Let's adjust here so we can look at it. It's not actually square, but it's our flat roof to go with the original mid-century idea for the structure. Doesn't look too bad. Fits. Sorry about if the picture is dark. That's my next thing I'm going to be working on, is getting some better lighting for when I shoot my videos. So let's take a look at it. I'm trying to get it in some better light here. I said this is going to be the front of the building. This is what you'll see from the front of the layout. On this side we have our garage door, and on this side is the side that will actually be facing the tracks. When I started the build, I had mentioned that this was going to be a foreground structure and not be rail served. This side of the building Gonna wait to show you what I have planned with that, and we'll look at that a little later. So right now we have to go, and what we're gonna do is work on our roofing material. And here we go. Here's our roofing material. It is some coarse grit sandpaper, and we're going to trace out the roof on here. Take this. What we'll do is we'll take the roof, put it on here, trace it out, cut it out, and then we're going to affix it to the roofing material. All right. Okay, so here's how I decided to do it to make sure I get a good fit on the roof. I took the printed side of the sign, I sanded it down to make a good rough surface so I could get some contact with the glue. I took some tacky glue, put it on the painted side of the sign, spread it out a little, laid it down on the cloth side of the sandpaper, and we're going to let that cure. And then once that's cured, I'll go ahead and we'll trim out the... So we allowed the glue to dry, and we trimmed out the roof, and this is what we got. It looks like a nice textured roof, and I'll put it on here, get a quick little look at it. Now we'll have to trim out the edges to make them look good. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some 100 by 100 square styrene, and we're going to take some angled styrene, and what we'll do with the 100 is we're going to go around the edge, the outside edge, and we're going to attach the 100 like that and frame out the roof. And then once that's on, what we'll do is we'll take the roof, and then we'll take the angle pieces, and then we'll go over the edges to dress them up like so. Okay, so that's going to be the next step. So I'm going to stop here. Decided not to put the floor in just yet because I am going to need to put the window glazing in. So, all right. So that's all I have for now. So tune in to my next update where we will trim out the building, add details, roof details in the floor, and maybe have the reveal. Okay, thanks. And again, thanks for watching my channel. If you like what you see, please subscribe, like, thumbs up, comment down below. And as always, remember to check out these great YouTube channels.